You are listening to Two Heels and a Face Wrestling Podcast, a podcast where we believe wrestling is a buffet and there's something there for everyone. Make sure you're following us on all social media such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook under Two Heels and a Face. That's number 2 Heels and a Face. Make sure you check out our website, twoheelsandaface.com.
Era, 2 heels and a face.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Twos and Face Wrestling Podcast. I'm on my mobile phone today, using different headphones, so hopefully everyone can hear me. Chris, Mr. Producer, has given me the A-OK. We're recording again. Hopefully, if you've been following up with this, our final year, probably by the time you hear this, you would already seen that we had published our re-release of our episode with Darren Corbin. Please go check that out. It's still, a lot of it's still evergreen, I think, if you're like a freelance fan and have kind of lived through some of these moments with us. It's a great conversation. But Chris, we have a different guest on the show today. He's going to promote his show on March 8th. But before we get to that, how you doing, man?
Doing good. I mean, I think you made a quick reference to that that episode that we just re-released, and as I told you, I think we talked about it a little bit before we even recorded the episode. I went back, I re-listened to it, and it just brought me back to those good times at the LSA. Hearing Ariana Grande, like anytime we hear that, like we just think of Darren. I think it's a fun listen, and definitely a blast from the past that's gonna kind of bring you back to those pre-COVID times at the LSA.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we kind of preview our guest today, I'm just going to send him the link. We are recording.
Go ahead, do your thing, Charlie. We got this.
Whatever. Dude, we're drilling holes at this point, right? Are we just drilling holes at this point? We're barely a podcast.
The road to 300. That's what this is.
We went to a show, Chris, didn't we?
We went to a show. I think at some point we'll record a little bit more about it if needed. But I mean, it was just fun going back to to the LSA. We went to Guardians of the Academy for Freelance, and that was a great show. I had lots of fun. And we kind of took the fun elsewhere, and we just kind of went around Logan for a while, and we didn't come back to the other show that Freelance was putting together. But I think overall, like just us going out there, it was kind of like a myth that Chris and Charlie would ever go back to a wrestling show. Well, there we were, and we had fun, and it was super cool. Again, going to the LSA, even though it was a show for the Freelance Academy, not freelance as we're used to, it just gave you that feeling of you're going to a wrestling show. It wasn't, kind of like a throwaway show or anything like that. So it was lots of fun. Definitely, I think they announced they're running one. I believe, if I recall correctly, if I don't have too many Modelos, I think September is when they're running their next Freelance Academy show. So looking forward to that. Yeah. And we kind of talked about what we're going to talk about in this episode, and we are going to talk about the return to Olympia with Ego Pro, and who better to talk to us about that show than the man, the myth, the legend, Sion. Oh wait, sorry, not. Welcome back, Ego Robert Anthony.
Oh, hold on, let me turn my phone sideways. Yo, guess what? Man, I hate you guys. I'm glad this is your last months of the show. This motherfucker, this asshole said Sion. This asshole said Sion. Holy sh! I'm trying not to swear so much, but you're bringing it out of me. You're bringing it out of me.
Where is that? Every time I listen to Potting with Ego, I feel like you're trying to, I don't know your guys' like recording setup, but I feel like you're almost reaching across the table or the couch or wherever you are, and you're so close to, like, where is that breaking point with them? Or do they just have so much like leeway with you on these ribs? It's honestly, it's so funny, and it's like, it makes the show, I think. But sometimes I'm like, dude, is he gonna get like legitimately like pissed? or like
Are you talking
you
about
know what I mean?
about their bullying of me? Listen,
The bullying.
yeah. Listen, the breaking point is on March 8th at Olympia when I stand across the ring from that lumpy headed Coda Hernandez and slap the hell out of him. Yeah, he can make all the jokes he wants, but when 245-pound egotistical Robert Anthony Fantasco steps in the ring, I'm going to slap him right in his face.
Yeah, so they're
No, man,
basically
yeah.
you're keeping receipts for the ring, is what you're saying. Sorry.
What is it?
I said sorry. I apologize.
You
I'm
cut
on
out.
my phone too. Yeah, this is probably my
Yeah.
phone. I'm on my phone too, but you're keeping receipts for the ring, is what you're saying.
Oh, dude, yeah, and plus I'm a good sport with it, man. Like we all make fun of each other with little ins and outs and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I don't take it to heart too much.
Yeah, it's I bring it up because I think that makes your podcast.
Yeah, I think
Is he
we're
frozen?
losing Charlie there a bit. Yeah, I think so. But
Listen, he's got
yes,
a heart attack.
definitely look forward to the show every Friday. To be quite honest, like it's a lot of fun listening to you guys. And
Thank
we're
you.
definitely looking forward to that Lucha Lounge. So,
Bro, I'm not joking. I'm doing the Lucha Lounge. This they think I can't do this. I can do this. I'm very confident in this. Don't hate on the Lucha Lounge.
Never. I want someone to bring a sign. I know you guys are kind of doing like there's like a bring a koala scavenger hunt and things like that. But what if someone brought a sign that says I'm here for the Lucha Launch?
That'd be hilarious, actually. I would actually love every second of that. They told me at the last freelance show that you guys mentioned that if you would have had a koala with you, you would have gave it to him. You could have won the bounty. No one koala.
no one cashed in.
No, I thought Vero, you know that girl Vero that does the paintings. I
Uh-huh.
thought she was going to cash that in, but no one did. No one cashed in. It's free money. Free money to whoever koala's Coda.
Oh man.
But yes, Eagle Pro return to Olympia Saturday, March 8th at Olympia Fields.
Yeah.
Doors open at 4, shows at 5. It's a family-friendly show.
Early show.
Yes. So Eagle, talk to us a little bit about the happenings of this show. I know that one of the things that I saw you posting on social media was that you got a ring out there. The Navarro Farm was able to obtain a ring.
We have our own ring. Yeah. Myself and Navarro got a ring.
Cool.
We own it. We got a trailer. I got this awesome graphic. Camera guy Nick made it that we're gonna wrap the trailer with, and it's
Nice.
over on the at Ego Pro Chicago. I posted a photo of this giant banner I made with all the guys on it and the girls, and that's gonna be what's on the side of the truck in just a little bit different dimensions. And we got our own ring. Things are looking good because what was going on. I love Merle. I'm still going to use Merle for a few things. But over the summer, what I do with the farm that nobody really knows about is I take the kids with special needs and we do like a wrestling camp. We set the ring up for a couple days and we do some exercising. They don't bump or anything like that, but we do some exercising and some wrestling. They learn how to run the ropes. They get to play inside of a ring. And it just made sense that we do so many events with the farm to buy our own ring, right? Because we're like paying a lot of money and just renting it. So, yeah, man, we got our own ring. It's pretty crazy. I never thought that I'd own a wrestling ring, but here we are.
Oh, now I think Ego has a few connection issues.
Okay. So it was me for a second, right?
You're back.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
Cool. I'm on my phone, and so Chris is going to be leading us through today, and I'm just going to chime in when I have something valuable to say, which is never. So
I just took myself off the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
What part did you miss? What did I get cut off at?
No, I think we got it all. How does one? Where do you even buy a ring from?
Right. There's two different. There's three different options, right? So you could literally go on Facebook Marketplace and type in wrestling ring, and you're gonna find a couple sellers. And
Yeah.
those rings, if you know anything about rings, they're trash. Because I looked at a
Okay.
few on Marketplace, man, that were in the area, and there's some really bad ones. I found one good one, and but it was like 8 hours away. Couldn't do it. So the other option is you could go to High Spots. You could go to highspots.com, or you could go to
Okay.
Monster Rings. Yeah, so we went to Monster Rings because I did a lot of research. I talked to a lot of people that have their own rings and like wrestling schools, and the consensus was high spot rings, the welds, they crack very easily and very often.
Mm.
And I talked to Jimmy Blaze, who owns POW. He's the longest uh, consistent wrestling promoter in Illinois. There's no other company that
Wow.
beats him in longevity, right? And he told me in the over 20 years man, dude, he's almost been running POW over 26 or 7 years. And
Damn.
he told me in that time he's had multiple rings, and he goes, the high spots were the worst. He goes, he'd always had issues with them. He goes, the monster ring, he's going on 8 years with no issues. So right then and there, I was like, all right, that's what I'm going to go with, right? Because he's got the experience with it. So yeah, man, we got it. It got delivered, and I spent this Saturday putting it together and getting all the kinks in and out of it. It was good.
Do you feel that I'm just kind of, I know, Chris, that we have an agenda. This one just came off the top of my head, though. It feels like I mean, the investment in the ring, I think you're just smart. That's, like you said, it's just a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like the Ego Pro shows are coming quicker than before. Do you feel this is ramping? I know you were just like, keeping it, not, I don't want to say at bay, but you were like keeping it within your realm of like, I'm comfortable with this, But do you
Yeah.
feel like that's ramping up more? Because I know you've been announced another one too.
Yeah, so my goal was always to do the Olympia show in the beginning of the year, and then nothing until the baseball shows in the summer, and then a forge at the end of the year.
Mhm.
That's where I wanted to put myself. But I started falling into these little events, and these other opportunities have come up where I couldn't say no because they were such a good deal, right? The Dome on April 26th, that fell into my lap, and I'm working with a really amazing like venue and a really amazing restaurant and bar to make that thing something special. And that's another event that I'm working with the community with
Okay.
in Shorewood. So like I'm overwhelmed, but not overwhelmed, because as soon as we're done with March 8th, now I have to immediately start promoting for April 26th.
Yeah, exactly.
But I promise you, there's nothing after April 26th until baseball. And even that, this baseball season is going to be really wild. It's going to be one of the best baseball seasons, because there are two surprises that I'm not announcing yet, that are going to be fun, right? And it has to do with the baseball stuff. So there's two things that are happening this summer and at the end of the summer with baseball that I think people are going to really have a good time with. And so March 8th, and then the Dome on April 26th, which is giving me a headache. It is what it is.
Okay.
And then the first show, the baseball show, we're gonna have Ego against August Matthews. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's happening. Oh, I'm gonna smack the hell out of all these kids. All these kids. I'm gonna blow them up.
That's the promise. You're gonna blow them up. So we'll see who's gonna be puking at the end.
on the podcast, you remember when I don't think you guys remember this, but I told the guys something and I edited it out and they freaked out?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that's going to be wild. That is going to be wild. I can't announce it because it's only remember the Kofi Kingston conversation, the 92%. So this is 97% done. And I can't say anything till it's 100% done, but that one's going to be insane.
This is fun. There's always something new around the corner. I think that, and like I said, I'm kind of listening to the podcast. Chris and I have become like, I feel like we've hit every one so far since it's been revitalized. It seems like this too, the promoting side, you're still wrestling, of course, but the promoting side is really, and I think I wrote this in the Shy 25, but it just seems like you're really having fun with a lot of stuff right now.
Dude,
and like the surprises is part of that,
Man, so a surprise fell through for the Dome, and I had an amazing surprise for the Dome, but that is going to lead into, spoiler alert, I have a Forge date.
Oh, look at that.
I do have a Forge date, but again, it's after baseball, right? So like it's after baseball, it's after the summer. I have a Forge date. And the surprise I had for the Dome fell through because of flight reasons. The flight just didn't work. No matter how much money I spent on this certain talent, I could not get him here for the Dome. It just doesn't work. But this certain talent, I booked a multi-show deal. And you guys could. And that talent is going to, remember the commercial for the Forge was me and Trevor?
Yeah.
That talent, hopefully, if I could get it right, will be the commercial of the 2025 Forge show. And that's what we're going to build around. Something so fun. Like I have this vision and I told it to somebody and they were like, this is amazing. Right. So it's like, it's just it's intense. It's very intense, right? When it comes to like the things that I think about to make everything different. Because at the end of the day, who do I book? Tupu, Chico, the Bros, Missicate, Anestra, Quintero, La Pescadia, I can't say her name. You know what I mean? I book all these talents that work for freelance, CSW, AAW, they all wrestle each other, but I have to have a different presentation so that makes you want to come to the show. And that's where I have like the most fun. For like March 8th, I booked what I call Team CSW versus Team Freelance / Maggie. so like, it's like I took all those talents that wrestle each other and created something different. Right. So it's that 6-person tag with the 2 groups on the side. I think it's going to steal the show. And then we just do like little random stuff, the podcast versus the podcast. And then, like Trevor versus JJ Garrett, who Trevor always wanted to wrestle. So like, it's like we create these little moments and fun things with people that you technically could see anywhere. But you come to my show for like just the weirdness and funness of it,
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, and I think
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask, have we seen the opponent for Tupu?
Yeah, Tupu versus Isaiah Moore.
Okay.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. So we're me and the secret booking crew, which is Coda and Alfonso. We think that they're the unofficial booking crew. We think that Tupu and Isaiah Moore is going to be the main event of March 8th. We think that's going to be the fun one, right? Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to go. I think that's what we're going to go with for March 8th.
Yeah, Chris, can you refresh me on the other matches announced? You got that on the agenda?
Yeah, Eagle just brought up JJ Garrett versus Trevor Outlaw. And that's CSW versus Freelance and Maggie Lee, which is Quintero, Inestra, Pescadita versus Davey Bang, August Matthews, and Maggie Lee.
Okay.
And then now we have Solomon Tupu versus Isaiah Moore. Um, and then podcast versus podcast. So we got Robert Hugo Anthony and Alfonso Gonzalez versus Latinos Most Wanted, which is Coda Hernandez, Saving Age. Is there any match that I'm missing here?
Yeah, then you got Chico versus Jay Huntsman. I'm on a podcast. You want to say hi? No. My wife tried to interrupt me.
Oh.
No, I'm in a headset. No, we're not live. I locked the door on her. Nothing. She's trying to bring me cookies. She thinks I'm in good too much. Oh, you guys left. You guys. She thinks I'm in too good of a shape, so she fed me. Pancakes with strawberries and bananas. Banana strawberry pancakes, trying to make me fat.
Wow.
And she's got a cookie with a plate on it, trying to feed me a cookie. Good dinner. So Chico versus Jay Martin. I got a match I didn't announce. It's a couple new guys that kind of happened at the end of it. So that's going on there. I think we named everything, right? I don't know if we
did I mention Missa Kate versus Amina?
Missa versus Amita. I think the world of Amita. So she's on everything that I do because I think she's amazing, and the fact that not many people are picking that up are going to be really sorry.
I saw her for the first time at the Forge. I think the Forge was
she's
Amina
CSW
versus
Women's
Pescadita.
Champion, I believe. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey, do you know the? Did you? You guys are cutting out. Is this me that's cutting out, or is it you guys are cutting out?
What do you think?
Do you guys know the Easter egg of the last Ford show?
I don't.
Is it me?
I think so.
No, is it me cutting out? Is that what you think it is?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know the Easter egg of the last Ford show?
No. We don't.
So I told Anestra I told Quintero, Anestra, and La Pescadilla. Dude, I'm the worst. I'm the worst fucking Mexican. I'm the worst fucking Mexican in the world.
Go ahead.
Is that Joliet, Mexico City?
I was very Joliet, Mexico City slang, brother. I go, I'm so mad that you guys didn't notice what I did at the Forge. And they go, what? I go, it was Hispanic Heritage Month, and all Mexicans went over at the Forge. no Latino jobbed out at the Forge. Every match that had someone that was Latino went over on the Forge. And I was like, nobody caught that.
Quintero won, Chico, and Pescadita, right? Those were the three?
Chico? No, every match had someone that was Hispanic in it. Quintero went over in the Tracy's mother's match.
Rambo.
La Pescadilla went over in her match. Chico went over in Chico versus the World. I went over in my match. Alfonso beat Dango.
That's right.
Coda beat Tupu.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then the only one that kind of like maybe they got some Hispanic in them is Top Flight versus the Bros, right? That was the only one that didn't really have an Hispanic. Maybe Davey's Hispanic. We don't really know yet. He won't tell us. But that's the only one that didn't have like.
He claims to live with that.
That's the only one that didn't have. Yeah, not really. That's the only one that I give a wash to because we don't know what Davey claims. But every match except for that tag match had someone that was Hispanic in it, and everyone went over.
Wow, man for the people.
It was an Easter egg. For the
right? Revolution, Chris.
Hey,
one of the things that I actually mentioned to Charlie when we were at the Freelance Academy show this weekend was when Escalera came through the curtain. I asked him, like, dude, what do you think the frequency? What are the frequency of his entrance music is in? So his he wouldn't get this.
Bro,
I just don't.
Bro, Angels.
Don't know what kind of frequency they play.
Angels a gem. That's intense, dude. Dude, speaking of the podcast, before you guys got me on here, I was editing the clip that I'm going to air for Friday, and I had to go into my crawl space and pull out the old VHSs because I filmed my TV filming some VHS footage of me in the backyard, because I tell an amazing story of me and this guy Tim wrestling for a rival backyard company and stealing their ring. So I had to get footage of I was sitting in the basement before I got on here, filming all of our backyard stuff, so that way I could splice it with the podcast clip for on Friday and the audio over it. So spoiler alert, this Friday is going to have some amazing footage of or amazing teaser audio of this awesome story I told.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate those. I appreciate those clips. Because when you guys were talking about Dean Jacobs, I'm like, who is that guy? I remember the name.
We've had him on the pod,
right?
And we had him right at the moment as I was listening. When I was listening, and they said Dean Jacobs, I'm like, I know that name. And then I saw the clip. I'm like, no shit, that is Dean Jacobs. Okay.
Wait, his name switched around at one point. I feel like he was Dean Jacobs, and then he went by Jake. Like he switched his moniker.
Oh, Jacobs Dean, right?
Yeah, didn't he do that at one point?
Maybe.
Where he switched?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All I know is I wrestled that kid.
He
beat the shit out of me, and then quit the business. It's like the running joke was probably 20 years ago. I was an asshole to him when he was a little kid in the crowd, and then he like grew up, got trained for this one moment to drop me on my head, and then he just walked off into the sunset and never to be seen again. He's like he finished his story about beating the shit out of me.
Yeah, I remember when that. I think we had him on, and then like 2 months later or something, or a month later, he stopped wrestling. And that's when I was like, Chris, we gotta wait until these guys get like more established in the card before we start having them on. Because like that episode is just like you can't even like revisit it now because the person's still not working, and it just kind of like is dead now a little bit. And if you wanted to leave, that's fine. It was a fun interview. I'm not saying anything personal about it, but it's just like I was like, oh, maybe we don't do that again. So we appreciate all the podcast effort that you guys are putting in, because we are putting in zero effort because we're on our way out. So like you gotta take the mantle of the entertainment now. It's up to you.
We were talking about this the other day. We have a favor to ask, because we feel that even though when you shut this thing down, you're still going to come to shows. So can you once a year put out the 25 list, so that way we could talk about it and make fun of everyone that got kicked off the list? We had such a good time. We had such a good time going over that last list and like comparing it. Like, oh, they were 15 and now they're an honorable mention. This is the greatest day ever. Like, we need that content.
Chris and I have tossed around the idea of just like keeping it a blog.
Sure.
So like maybe
you got to make the list. You got to make the list.
Like the freelance 5 takeaways. If I watch a freelance show, I'll do 5. I did an Eagle Pro 5 takeaways last year because Chris went and I didn't get to go. So I wrote a blog about that to help. The after promote. I like to help, just to help.
Right.
So that we're tossed around that idea of just like, obviously we're not going to shut down the domain and the SoundCloud like immediately. We don't want to wipe ourselves from the face of the internet, but we're just going to stop producing.
We don't want to Dean Jacobs the podcast world.
So maybe it stays a blog.
Yeah, you got to do something. You got to do the list at least, so that way we can just clown on everyone.
Okay.
Wait a minute, fuck, hold on. Now that I got you on here, why the fuck did you split up Shaft and Russ on that year and then put him back as a 10? That messed me up. I was really upset about this. It made no sense.
You got stuck.
They had no singles matches. They had no singles matches. I was so mad at you guys.
to peel back the curtain, Chris and I don't go as everyone knows this. This is the running joke, right? When Chris and I went to freelance this past Saturday, James couldn't believe his eyes. James and Coda couldn't believe their eyes that we were both standing there in the LSA. We never go to shows together, and that's the rib on us. So, what a lot of that list is keep up on socials, right? We'll go to some shows.
Right.
We don't go to as many like AAWs. We probably go to more freelance. But I just kind of have a pulse on the scene through socials a lot. And then a lot of it is filled in via cagematch.net. So I'll go to Cage Match and I'll tally up people's like workload, right? And like, damn, like Missa K was fucking everywhere. Like that bumps her. And I've seen a match of hers through you. And like stuff like that, so that bumps her up the list. So what I'm trying to say is I put the maybe Cage Match had it wrong. Maybe we put the blame on them for splitting up Russ and Shaft in some matches.
All right, deal. All right, I'll accept that for now.
So there's the context.
Damn.
But all right, so as we kind of wrap up the return to Olympia talk, just want to remind everyone that show's happening Saturday, March 8th. It's family friendly. Doors open at 4. Olympia Fields Country Club. That's I had told Charlie this too because I'm trying to make it to Olympia Fields, and I'm like, where is Olympia Fields?
Hell yeah!
Looked it up. It's not far from here.
Right.
Not far from where I live.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's weird. It's right by where Warrior used to run. That's cool.
Warrior territory.
Right. You came out of the territory.
Principal Steve. Oh man, you guys know that joke or no?
Is that the COD joke or no? Is that different?
No, Principal Steve. I got a promo one day and I was like, Principal Steve. The boys won't let me fucking live it down. No, yeah, Olympia Fields is not too far from that Marian Catholic High School. It's an amazing country club, and it's a venue that's too nice for pro wrestling. When you go, if anyone's listening that wants to go, at Ego Pro Chicago and all socials, click the link in bio. You're going to be there with a large group of special needs kids and adults that are going to have a really good time, right? So this is a kind of event that you bring your family to, you cheer, you boo, and everyone has an amazing time at these farm events and at the country club because it's for a good cause and it's an inclusive atmosphere to where something's beeping in my house. It's an inclusive atmosphere for someone's beeping some shit. What are they doing? For kids that normally only have a small section, right? Those ADA sections in the venues are like very small. This entire event is for them, right? The normal wrestling crowd is going to adapt to what we put on, right? So no flashing lights, nothing crazy like that, because a lot of the kids get sensitive to it. But yeah, it's a fun event. It's going to be amazing, and can't wait for everyone to show up. And then after that, I try to fill a dome. I'm like, what the hell am I doing with this? But dude, I'm stressing, but I'm not stressing. But like, the good thing is like we're a couple months away from the dome, and tickets sell pretty much almost every day. So like today, someone bought 2 front row tickets. Oh no, it's crazy we're doing with the dome. Anyone's listening, if you drink alcohol, the venue is doing. There's a very limited amount. A couple people have bought those tickets already. It's $100 front row seat, all you can drink during the show. So it's it's going to be it's very limited. I believe we only put like 24 up, and I believe 4 people have bought that. 4 people have bought that package already. So there's 20 of those tickets left from doors open until the last match. And of course it'll be regulated. You can't double fist or anything like that. Like the venue's bar is going to regulate, the drinking part of that. But something like crazy that they wanted to do. And I was like, all right, we'll try it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like $100 all you could drink during a show is pretty intense. But that's still going to be a friendly show as well, because at the Dome, I'm working with some of the sports teams that occupy the Dome. There's football, flag football, soccer, and baseball. So I'm doing packages for those teams. So there's gonna be a lot of kids there, a lot of adults just having a good time. So April 26th at the Dome. It's going to be crazy. So there we go.
Yeah.
That's what I got going on. Then after April 26th, I rest until baseball season.
Fun and different. Fun and different. You're.
Oh, shit. Wait.
Oh.
One last thing. This Friday, I beat the shit out not friend of the show, Joe Alonzo, and take that AEW Heritage Championship. Boom.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to that AEW Heritage title run, brother.
Yeah, me too, because I'm beating Joe Alonzo's ass.
Just
so
watch
I got
out
a lot
with those,
going on the next couple weeks.
Watch out with those wings on that Heritage belt. I hear next people.
Bro, it's not as bad as the NWA American title. Florida, when you touch it, it's like a fucking knife.
Was that the one that we showed earlier in the image that we put up? Do you want to put that up again, Chris? Or no?
Let me see it. Let's see that again. Let's see that again.
This here?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Florida. Florida's a sharp little knife. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He had legs, huh? That guy had his legs.
Top talent.
Ego, I'm still waiting for the Hall of Ego video where you show off all the stuff in your basement. Are we ever gonna get one of those?
Yeah, we could do that. I showed you guys some stuff before, didn't I?
Yeah, a couple things, but it just feels like every time I hear it's like, he's got this one thing back here, or he's got this one thing over here. Like, we need a Hall of Ego tour.
Dude, I got some crazy shit in there lately. I got some stuff I've been hiding from the wife. Brother, I bought listen to this. Bro, a couple years ago, I pre-ordered on Matty Collector. Was it Matty Collector or Hasbro Pulse or something? The Ghostbusters Proton Pack and the Trap and PKE meter. That was like a couple years ago. So I get the Proton Pack in this giant box, but I got a shipping notification. I rush home to get it as my wife shows up. What's a giant box? I'm like, no, nothing. Hid that shit in the basement. And then just recently, the Ghost Trap showed up, so I had to hide that in the basement too. So I got some, and it's like movie accurate stuff. I got some crazy stuff I've been hiding down there.
That's great. I love it. I just feel like there's always a hidden gem down there that we hear about, like the Heroes figures, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, oh, dude, the Heroes figures. Look at this guy. Look at this giant.
Oh yeah.
This giant ego stead. It's bigger than my head. It's got a cape and it's on a base. Like, look at this damn thing. Super cool. There's me stuff everywhere.
But yeah, we'll give you guys a tour. Card at the show. I think I just got too drunk.
Hell yeah, you missed it.
Yeah, fucked up.
What's that brother's name? Sean? Who's the one that does the other podcast? Sean?
Yeah.
Sean. He got one. Yeah, he got one.
Damn, I fucked up. I think one of my buddies I brought, his nose kept bleeding. He had a continuous nosebleed. I think it threw me off. I forgot.
There's an edit out comment in there somewhere. All right, I'm gonna go put my kids in bed. Oh no, God, what's up?
Real quick. I just want to know about the flavored Ego Pro hot sauces.
Oh shit, yeah. Hold on. Oh man, I can't insert a video and a photo in here, man. I'll give you a spoiler alert. Ready for this? So there's 5 sauces. There's 5 sauces. There's Ego jalapeno.
Right, I saw
that. There's 5 ready to go. There's Ego jalapeno because I got to keep it real. If anyone comes up to me and challenges me to eat one of these sauces, I can't put myself on the hottest one because I'm a bitch. Okay, so I had to put myself on the least fire one, so I kept it real. There's Ego jalapeno. Shipping this weekend is Alfonso's '' hot banana pepper. Okay,
Okay.
because it's Alfonso's banana pepper. Okay, there you go. So that's flavor number 2. Flavor number 3 coming up is Reaper Referee. What's this? What's the
Okay.
balloons for? Reaper Referee will be why do you keep fucking putting balloons on me, you son of a bitch?
I think it's
What's the
your iPhone.
rib?
I think.
Is it
If
my
you do
iPhone that did
thumbs
it?
up, it's gonna yeah, I think it's your iPhone that's doing that.
Dude, my iPhone's never done that. So he's over here. Dude, these balloons kept flying up in the screen. So flavor number 3 is Reaper Referee, which will have 2 photos on it. Okay.
For 2 juice?
Two juice is one of them, and my other ref Brian. They will both occupy Reaper Referee, and
Nice.
then there are, let's say 3. Then there's 2 more that Coda, right? So we're trying to figure out a name for Codas. So what happens is my manufacturer says what these are normally called, right?
Okay.
So Alfonso's is normally called hot banana pepper. We took out hot, and it's Alfonso's banana pepper, because he's a weirdo. And then Coda's is called Harvest Inferno. But we're trying to think about what his name could be. And he gave me a couple
Coda's
ideas.
Koala's
He said
Inferno.
Coda, or brother, he said Koala Inferno. I said that's not happening. That's not happening. We're not doing Koala Inferno. But we're pitching either Latino Inferno or Loco Inferno. We're trying to figure out what Coda's flavor is going to be called. But
There's a Spanish
so Coda's
word
got
in
an
there. He
Inferno.
has to be able to pronounce it.
Right. Yeah, you can't do that because he's fucking terrible. I can't speak Spanish. So what I say, Ego Jalapeno, Alfonso's banana pepper, Reaper Referee, something Inferno, and then the last one is with Chico. And we're trying to figure out what we're going to call Chico's. He wanted it. This is how Chico's an idiot. He goes, I want it to be Chico Chipotle. I go, the sauce doesn't have Chipotle in it. So I can't call it I can't call it Chipotle if there's no Chipotle in it, brother. So there's a Chico and an Alfonso, but we don't have a name for them. So wave 1 is 5 sauces. And then wave 2 will be Tupu will be in one, and then the Bros fucking thumbs up showed up again. Tupu, the Bros, they'll be in it as well. But the thing is, like, Chico, Coda, fucking hate you. Chico, Coda, Tupu, and the Bros, I forced them to take new photos because the photos they gave me just wouldn't translate. Right? For Coda, he's always got his face covered with a bandana. I'm like, brother, I got to show your face on this hot sauce. I can't do that. So they took new photos. Chico and Tupu are taking new photos at AAW. So March 8th, what will be available, but I don't know if I'll sell them just now, but I'll have them in hand, are myself, Alfonso, and the referee. I think I'm gonna wait until I have the entire 5 wave 1 set to push them out. What do you think? Or should I just push them out?
I think run with the 3 and then by baseball, run with the full set. I don't know. But I'm looking forward
April
to
26th at the Dome. April 26th,
if they're
I'll have
ready
the full set.
for the Dome, yeah. You got Coda's Inferno ready to go.
I'll give you
a
couple.
I think people would want them.
Yeah, I didn't show off the other labels yet.
Sure.
Like, I have Alfonso's label finished. I get the art. They sent it to me in the email. I have that and the referee label finished. They're just gonna ship me the bottles this weekend. So, yeah. So my bottles should be here any day now. My full set run, because the one that I posted was the for me to approve.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
yeah, so it's something different. So like, here's the thing, real quick. I don't want me to go too long-winded about it.
You're good.
When I told my ref Brian about the hot sauce, and he was like very happy that I put him on it because I kind of surprised him. I said, "Listen, I don't know how we make money on these. I don't know why I did this, but it's something that came to me. It was presented to me, and I was like, if anything, it's a random weird marketing tool." And something to get the brand out there. Like I fully expect to give away a lot of these bottles. So like if I break even on the cost of each of them, I'll be super fucking happy. But if me giving away a bottle leads to 3 or 4 people showing up to a show, then it was worth it, right? So I go, I told him, I was like, what'll happen is when I get the case, you'll get half of the case to do whatever you want, and then I'll have the other half that I sell at the Ego Pro shows, and then until I recoup the initial investment that I put into it, or just give them all away, and then we just split after that. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Most guys are just like, just give me the sauces and we'll be okay. But like, I don't know why I did this, but it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool. I don't know.
It's on par with you having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It feels like you're gaining so much momentum. Like if it's coming to you and it fits your business, just do it at this point. Like I think everyone's enjoying stuff, so just do it.
Yeah. Like I made a bunch of 3D printed keychains, and I don't know if you guys saw that. I posted that, and then Tupu won't hear this, but I made some for Tupu as a gift. He doesn't know about it. And I'm going to give it to him. And the keychain is a circle, and it's like a poker chip / Bitcoin. So Tupu's keychain has to do with gambling. So I made him. I got a 3D printed friend. So it's just like I'm just making things for the guys and just random shit just to have fun with. I don't know. I got hot sauce now. I'm in the hot sauce business.
You're in the business. We're enjoying every second of it, Chris. I think Chris can say that.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like,
but Chris, I'll hook you up. What flavor? Would you a hot guy, or you not a hot, or you want to try them all?
I'm gonna try them all. For sure.
You're gonna try the Reaper? You're gonna try the Reaper?
The 2 Ref Reaper, yes. I will try it.
Oh my god!
Who was the other wrestler that had a hot sauce? Charlie Roop.
Shane Mercer.
Who this was? Shane Mercer.
Did he?
Did I tell you that story? He had one for a little bit. I haven't seen him. So it was at a freelance underground show.
Yeah.
He was letting us try it. I tried it. It was extremely hot. It was wild. But my mistake. So in Eagle, I mean, you have this Mexican heritage. If your abuelita is giving you hot sauce to try, you try it like they'll spoon it in here, in the top of your palm. Mm-hmm. So you'll lick it, right? That's what I did. I put my hand out there. He poured it, licked it.
Yeah.
15 minutes go by. It's super hot. It's spicy. I'm like, all right, I can deal with it. I rubbed my eye. That was the end of me. That was the worst. Like I had never felt eye pain like that before.
Here, this is what you have to get. This is what you have to promise me, okay? I was talking to Caleb, Two Juice, and I said, when I get the full run in, I want to do a couple social media clips, and I want to not do a full episode, but just do small 45-second clips, but rip off the hot ones that show.
That's smart. Yeah.
And it's just me standing across us, sitting there, and Tupu the referee, right? And then like something, I have the idea, but I don't have the full idea. I need you to come on, and we both try whatever the hottest one is. Yeah. And then it's like the first one to drink the milk loses. And it's just our reactions of us crying or like freaking out, because I'm going to do it with all the boys, right? So it's like a mini version loosely based off the hot ones. That's kind of like how I want to sell it. Yeah. And then put those clips over on the socials where it's like, you put it on the chip, you eat it, or the wing, or whatever, and then we're just like, I can't stand it, and like, because I know my reaction is going to be wild, and like, just imagine Chico eating the hottest hot sauce in the world, whatever it is, and then like, him freaking out, and then the rib is I'm just eating the ego jalapeno and I'm faking being hot. Like, like I'm just like working it. But when we start doing it, you got to come on and do an episode with us.
You pan over to, instead of milk, there's milk in front of you. You pan over to Two Juice, and it's an orange juice and a tomato juice in front of him, and those are his relief drinks instead of milk.
Bro, he eats hot shit, dude. He's good. He's
wild. Oh, he doesn't even need it.
He's wild.
He doesn't even need the two juices.
Yeah. All right, boys. I'm gonna go put my kid to bed.
Forward to that.
Okay.
All right, Eagle. Thank you. Appreciate you. We'll hopefully see you on March 8th.
Hell yeah. Let me know.
Thank you.
All
right. So as we wrap up this episode, Eagle had to go. You know, we're on borrowed time here, Charlie.
I'm posting the meme. I'm posting the drilling holes meme right after this. I might just
everything goes. This is a no edited out. Like it's all going in as it happened.
Dude, when the balloons I think that's the clip, dude.
You're on your phone, so try to do the same motion. If you do the peace sign, like 2 fingers up.
Like this works?
Because you have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Was he I've seen that on his phone? No, I've seen that on conference calls when your iPhone is registering either the thumbs up, it'll do that little bubble, or the peace sign, it'll throw the balloons. I don't know why. Yeah. So for those on YouTube, I don't know. For those on YouTube, definitely like those hand motions. We're just trying to recreate what just happened.
It's not working.
I guess, yeah. God, I don't know. It's not working, but yeah, Ego was definitely getting those emojis.
He's like the little thumbs up came up on the screen.
He kept talking with 2 fingers up and balloons coming up.
we basically had an entire conversation. We were delayed the whole time. I feel like every time we talk to him, we got to do one of these in person with him once. And but every time we talk to him, I feel like there's
some sort of technical difficulty around. I'm talking with Ego. Is that Joliet connection? You know.
That's great, dude. That is just, this episode was just pure, just joke to joke. I love that. That's how like potting with Ego is too. Sometimes they have serious conversations, but sometimes they can't even get to them because they can't get through each other's ribs to get to the serious question. It's so funny. God, I'm just so entertained by Ego and like everything he's doing. It's so funny.
And I think you nailed it, right? Like you can tell that he's having fun in everything he's doing right now. So I really, like, as a fan, I appreciate it. Like, whether that's the podcast or the shows that he puts together, fucking hot sauces, what, like all this like random stuff. Like, as a fan, I enjoy it. So I'm here for it, and hopefully there's a great turnout, March 8th at Olympia Fields. So if not, we have the Dome Show to look forward to. If not, we have baseball at Crestwood to look forward to. And as you were talking about, like, us going to shows, like, if I think back on the previous year, like, I think I attended more Ego shows than any other promotion.
Yeah, because you hit a couple
I attended a couple baseballs. They're down the street. I attended the Forge shows. And I don't think I hit up a Navarro's Farm show, but I mean, maybe March 8th will be my the first time I go out there. And given that it's a family friendly show, I might just take the entire family and make a day out of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think that's always kind of, if you don't go, right, it's always because like family thing is going on. But if you bring the family thing to the show, then you can have the best of both worlds.
I mean, what more can I ask for, right? Wrestling and hot sauces and family all at once. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I think that takes us, I mean, to the end of this episode. Make sure everyone keeps an eye out, twoheelsintheface.com. At Two Heels in the Face at all socials. If you somehow end up in Twitter, we actually have to update our intro. We have a existing account on X, but we're on Blue Sky now, right? Is that
we don't need to do that, dude. We don't need to do that. That's too much effort. It's too much.
All right, then just tune into Instagram and YouTube.
Go to Instagram. No, follow us on Blue Sky. Give it a try. I feel like we're just kind of tweeting into the void there a little
Okay.
bit. But I think I'd rather do that than, I don't know. I've been boycotting Twitter for different reasons. Chris was on board to help me with this boycott.
Good. It's our podcast, and we can say it freely. Like it's we're not there to support Elon Musk, so
yeah,
be it.
Yeah. So
And
that's what it is right now.
we're
But
wherever we feel comfortable at.
exactly, the account is still active. I deactivated my personal one, but we haven't deactivated Twos and the Faces. So I haven't even logged in to see if people are messaging or tagging us and stuff. Thank you. But like we'll be promoting on Instagram and our stories. That's probably you'll spend the most time for you, and you can click links in there. But if you also prefer Blue Sky, you'll see our links there too. And yeah, so that's the best way to put it.
All right, but I think the best way to reach us is at twoheelsontheface.com. Number 2heelsontheface.com. All right, Charlie. On to the next episode in a couple of weeks from now. So
we're gonna take a break. Yeah, we're gonna take at least a week break. But yeah.
All right. Take care.
Later.
Thanks.